drown too deep, no strength to fight. 물결 속을 헤매이고 있어.
I'm TarotOracle, and welcome to my show.
It's 6:30. Time for the TarotOracle show.
We are here to do some readings because that's what we do here. By the way, the Tarot Tower camera is fixed. I just needed to reboot. I don't know what went wrong, but it went wrong. But now we are back again. Star Tarot, thank you for your donation. Welcome as well. Ashley, hello. Sarah, what is going on? Latasha, Midnight Meditations. Crystal, Amy, Cell, Lady, what is up? And I think that's everybody. What's going on? Amanda, welcome as well. We got 20 people and we started 30 seconds ago. So it's good to be popular. It's good to be popular on a Monday, because I am ready for some vacation, but I can't do any right now, unfortunately. Luckily, we have the respite and the virtual vacation of this show. Amy, what's going on? KSW, Yami, welcome. What is up? All right, Amanda has the question to start us off tonight. Amanda wants to know, what do you see my relationship with C now and in the future? Is he the one? Is he the one? The single one of no one else? It could be, maybe, no, maybe, I don't know. I'll tell you what will tell us though. It is my tarot deck. The new gonna be reprinted soon. I'm putting in the order to reprint these Wednesday. So 2 weeks from Wednesday, I should have more. So there you go. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. What is going on? Crystal, welcome. How you doing? Ashley, welcome. First time here, Ashley. Ashley, welcome, Ashley. Sarah, thank you for your donation. Ashley, if it's your first time here, then I am just saying that I have 1,300 videos, Ashley. 1,300 videos for tutorials, flip throughs, live streams. I have all sorts of stuff on the channel that you can watch. 1,300 videos worth. If you like that, if you like the Tarot News, which is only available here, by the way, the Tarot News program, hit that like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me do all the stuff that I do, you know? All right. Dee Dee, welcome. How are you doing? Ashley, what is up? Maddie, welcome. How are you doing as well? Everybody's here. It's a packed house. It's a packed house on a Monday. Whoa, that's overblown and that's too dark. That's just right. Ooh, that is just right. I like that level of light. All right. Okay, do you see the relationship now and in the future? Is he the one? Well, that kind of spoils it. That does spoil it a little bit. It doesn't really look all that good when you have something like that. Maddie, thank you for your donation. Temperance Tarot, welcome. You have a lot of running around with this particular individual. Latasha, welcome. Thank you for your donation. You have a lot of running around with this individual. You have a lot of wands here as well. I mean, this person is definitely a fiery person. They're not boring at all. They're full of flames. They're full of fire. They have a lot of fire to them. I think that they're pretty passionate about quite a few things. Some of those things may not be what you're passionate about, but some of those things do have a sort of a mix here. Nine of Swords says it seems to be eternal worry, eternal concern. There is a lot of thought that has to go into this particular individual. You don't just sort of relax and go, you know, that person's there, that person loves me. It's more like there's a lot of concern around them occasionally. It seems to be coming back. Latasha, let's see, is here. Sanja and Linda. Welcome, Linda. How you doing? The two knights is the most interesting piece of the puzzle here because it is movement. It is action. There seems to be a constant action and movement, things that need to be upkeep. It's like the person needs to upkeep to them. If you've ever played a video game, right? You go to the video game and you do things in the video game, like you go and you hunt monsters and you come back to the town and the city. And you have to upkeep things. In other words, you have to fix things. You have to address issues. You have to repair things. There's always something to do. And it seems like with this individual, that's how it goes. There's always something that needs to be done. Knight of Swords says things move rapidly and then they slow down and they die off. Overall, you feel that this thing is a success. Temperance Tarot, thank you for your donation. You feel it's a success. You feel like this is something great. This is something magical. This is something I could really sink my teeth into, no pun intended. But then we have the Nine of Swords. Now I'm back to the upkeep phase. I have upkeep. I need to do upkeep on this person. But we're successful, and then we worry, and then we have concern, and then we go to the upkeep phase, and then we're successful, and then we worry, we concern, we go to the upkeep phase. It seems to never end. It's not like the smooth ride where you just sort of blow through it. You get a Wheel of Fortune where everything is just steady day to day. Wheel of Fortune with the lovers would be fantastic. I just don't see it. I just see a lot of motion, a lot of action, a lot of sort of trying to deal with things as they come along. And this seems to be a person that has a lot of reactionary things to them. In other words, I need to react to something they just did, or they need to react to something I just did. There's this constant back and forth of reactions. So overall, this looks like a something that requires a lot of activity, action, thought, emotion, and that's a lot of work. So if you like that, that's cool. That's cool. Where do I see the relationship going? I see it constantly moving in a circular direction. You have these things you have to do, just like upkeep. You know, if you're in a video game, you got upkeep. If you're in a board game, you got upkeep. There's always upkeep with this individual. There's always action. There's always adventure. And maybe that soothes the soul. I'm not really sure, but you know, the one is somebody that you enjoy being with, that you like being with, that you enjoy having activities with. And if this person feels the need, then that person feels the need. All right. Well, Tio, will I get the house interpreter job? Linda, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see about that. Now that we have the fancy Tarot Tower camera back, and we're going to knock over this deck. This deck, I bumped into it, so I got to use it. That is something I have to use for Cheryl. Cheryl wants to know, will I get the house interpreter job? The Playful Heart Tarot will let us know. Playful Heart Tarot will let us know. Midnight Meditations. If you're up for a stream, a live stream, I want to do a live stream with you this weekend. We got you, Psychic Cindy, and Christina. So let's all four of us get together. I think it'd be kind of fun, and do a segment on the top 10 tarot decks of all time. And just have like, you know, I like these, I like those. These are the kinds of things that are good. These are the kind of things that are bad. It'd be kind of fun just to group everybody together and figure out what the differences in opinions could be. Anyway, Cheryl wants to know, house interpreter job, am I going to get it? Is it going to bring me a lot of money? Am I going to get rich? Am I going to get rich off this? You have plenty of teaching jobs, no feedback there too. Came across the in-house interpreter job, attractive compensation package. There you go. All right. The tower is interesting here. It does say that this does not meet, you may not meet the requirements like you're talking about. It's sort of, the tower is sort of an interesting thing, especially next to the Six of Wands. It's something that could work for you. It could be there. It could be something that you can really get done. It could be something that's exciting for you. Six of Wands says, if you can get in, it looks pretty good. This looks very decent. Eight of Pentacles is such a great card. So it's a fantastic freaking card on here. Eight of Pentacles is one of the key cards that you really need to just appreciate when you're looking for a job. You know what I mean? And Eight of Pentacles is a steady job. It's a job that you can get in, you can be successful in. And Six of Wands, being the Lord of Victory, is a successful job of a steady job and a permanent job, something that you can get in. Queen of Pentacles says you'd be good at it. I think that you would adjust very quickly. You'd be pretty comfortable there. You'd be pretty excited. I think this is something where you can really be yourself, be well and interact with people and just sort of show off your skills. But the tower says getting in there may be quite difficult. It may not be as easy as it looks in the first place. You do have the tower is sort of this crumbling down of all of these dreams and hopes that look great, had a lot of good opportunities. That tarot reader told me all of these good things. It just feels like this may not work for you to get in. If you can get in, it's golden. I say apply for it, apply more, and apply more, and just hammer at it and get in there. If you can get in there, this is beautiful. This is like the landscape deluxe. Sanji, I thank you for your donation. Jamie, welcome to chat. How you doing? And Paul is here. What is going on? Cindy, welcome. Beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm telling you now, Cheryl, if you can get in there, that looks really, really nice. All right. And absolutely apply for it as many times as you can. Keep applying for it. Just get in there. All right. Sarah has donated, and Sarah wants to know some good stuff. She wants to know, what are the Libra's thoughts regarding our chat the other day? You know what a good deck for chatting is? If we're going to chat, like me and you are going to chat, I want to chat over the Bumbleberry Hollows deck because that is fantastic. Sanjay, I got your question. I got you in the queue. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Latasha, I have your question in the queue as well. Charisma, welcome. It's good to see everybody here tonight. We got a packed house. We've been on 9 minutes and we got like 35 people. So thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all. As we say in Texas, I appreciate y'all being over here. Okay. Bumbleberry Hollows. Pretty good deck. I gotta say, I really like it. It needs a little less light than some of the other decks, but I like it. The contrast on it is pretty dynamic, I gotta say. I mean, I wouldn't mind adjusting the contrast on the camera. I'm just saying now, would not mind adjusting that contrast a little bit, get the saturation bumped, and get the contrast bumped. I think that's one of the things that just isn't bumped enough in the default camera is the contrast. See, there you go. That looks a little bit better. All right. What are the Libra's thoughts regarding our chat the other day? So we did have a chat. With the Libra. What are their thoughts about that? Are they going to be pretty excited about it? Are they going to be pretty enthusiastic about it or whatnot? Tower again is back. Three of Cups, Hermit, and the Empress. This is a pretty substantial chat. It just appears to be, right? Cindy, thank you for your donation. The Tower into the Hermit. You made this person feel like they're on their own. They feel like that maybe they shouldn't have done something, or they regret something, or they feel like they should have done something a little bit better. And you see the Hermit is just sort of highlighted in the spread. It really stands out, just the color dynamic and whatnot with the rest of these. The Hermit next to the Empress, there's this disconnect between you two. a little bit of a disconnect. Could be because of the chat, could be something that was brewing in the meantime, but you do have this disconnect between the Hermit and the Princess. Ideally, you may have like the king and the king and the empress. You could have the emperor and the empress or whatnot. Samantha, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But overall, it feels like there is a disconnect right now. Three of Cups as we knocked back a little things. We sort of moved into more of a friendship feeling or a friendship communication rather than, maybe just a love communication or something like that. And the Libra is the type that constantly looks for a bit of a balance in between things. And because they're a bit unbalanced, it may be their perception more than reality. So their perception more than reality may be what you're looking at here, especially considering the Tower. It must be a pretty good chat, a significant chat to get the Tower card as the first card. The Tower card is like introducing itself. It's like, hello, I'm the Tower. These things crumbled, these things altered and changed, and now we have this situation. So you sort of need to deal with that situation. Even if they didn't say anything, they could be having feelings towards that. You sort of want to deal with that, figure out how that's going to go. Definitely something to not leave on the table, right? If that means have another chat or whatever, then maybe have another chat. Anyway, we got the next one, Maddie. Maddie, welcome. How you doing? Wants a general reading for March. We'll get Maddie a little bit of this beautiful deck right here, which is the Dark Mansion Tarot. You know what I mean? Beautiful day in Austin, Texas. Well, Amy, I'm up here in Dallas, Texas, so it's a beautiful day here as well. I like the 40 degrees in the morning. It's really nice. And then after that, you get 70 during the day. Ooh, I'd like this all year. I wouldn't mind at all. Samantha, thank you so much for your other donation. I appreciate you so much. All right. Let's see. Look at the contrast on that camera now. Look at these things that just jump off the page. This just jumps off the table. Look at how dynamic that looks. That looks really good. All right. A general reading for March. Temperance, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. The good part here is we do have a good combination. A nice combination for March. I mean, overall, right? A little bit of a combination there. The 7 of Cups is the Lord of Illusion, Lord of illusionary success, basically. It basically says that things aren't what they seem. And you get that feel during March, right? Things are just not what they seem. There's a lot of things that are moving very quickly. There's a lot of things that are developing that you really don't see until it's too late. And then when you do, you're like, I really sort of should have done something with that. King of Cups says there is a celebration on the rise, basically. You have sort of a celebration, I think at the end of March, early April. There is something that happens that's going to be quite good, positive, and you're going to have some good feelings and some good emotions from that. I think one of the parts here is the Queen of Wands. You have been doing a lot of work. You've been doing a lot of strategy, a lot of planning. You've been putting in the effort to get some things done, to get some things coordinated, organized, and how they go, right? The Queen of Wands, I think I've seen this before in your readings. You're very good at organizing, getting things figured out, getting things settled, and getting things the way they need to be. I think you're very good at that. I think that you have done that for a variety of different projects, maybe a couple of things that were important to you, whatnot. Could be your mom move, could be a lot of other things, but you're good at doing that. So I think a lot of people sort of rely on you to do that. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. But basically, because of what you have done, there is something good. There is something good that sort of comes up again into March, early April. You have coming up. 7 of Cups is the Lord of illusionary success, though. You have a couple of baited ideas or a couple of baited things that are roaming around that you're thinking about pursuing. I wouldn't pursue those. I'd be careful from now until the end of March about what you want to pursue, what you want to spend a lot of time on. If you want to spend like just a fragment of time on some things that could be illusionary successes, that could be sort of bait, sort of bait trying to hook you, a bait trying to get your attention, you don't do that. Don't pay attention to those. Don't put a lot of effort into that, because temperance is overall, you're better off getting things balanced out, getting things coordinated the way you know how to do it, and the way you know that goes well with everything else. So basically do what you do Don't get hooked by bait or something that looks good but may not be good. Keep doing how you're doing it. I think that you have a successful end of the month, especially you have some good news coming in and whatnot. But overall, that looks like something to sort of watch out for in March, definitely. Not everything is what it seems, especially sort of in the mixture of how you're doing things. All right, Latasha wants to know, how will my YouTube channel turn out? Let's get a little bit of, let's go back to the Bumbleberry Hollows. Just pull 2 quick cards on the Bumbleberry and see how that is going, and see what is going to happen with your YouTube channel. You got the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. A little bit of a challenge right there, sort of the combination goes. The YouTube channel needs to be more you than somebody else. So when you go there, make sure that you are sort of there in your own personality, that you're bringing in your own personality, your own fun, your own dynamic, your own attitudes, your own things like that. I think that you've seen some other YouTube channels that do these things and those things. And if you sort of copy that, or if you get those ideas and run with them, it won't be as successful as if you just throw your personality out there and definitely be of your dynamic self and be sort of, how you are on a day-to-day basis. I think that you will interest people. You'll put yourself out there and people will see that. You'll see that genuineness with it, and they'll want to watch. They'll want to watch just because they like your personality. That's how YouTube is. YouTube is so much of I like their personality. The content, maybe not so much, or the content is good, but it's not fantastic, but I just love to watch them. I don't know why. I love to watch this person. I subscribe, I watch them, I love them. And it's more of a personality dynamic than anything else. So as far as the YouTube channel goes, the more personality that you can show, the more of your genuine self that you can sort of get out there, I think the better off it will be. I think it'll be moderately successful. I think people will want to watch your content. I think you have a lot of cool things to offer, cool things that make good videos, and people will want to watch it. More so, and even especially once your personality is out there, they see your smiling face, they see all the dynamic, fun stuff that you do, and you know what I mean? It's like, because a lot of people, you got COVID, you're sort of stuck in the house. A lot of people feel really connected to other people on social media. You know what I mean? And that's sort of something that happens. Temperance Tarot, thank you for your donation. Let me know if you have a question or not, Temperance Tarot. I so appreciate your donation. All right. If you got a question, let me know. We'll knock out some cards for you tonight. And in the meantime, let's do a little bit of this gorgeous specimen of cards, which is the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. I'm just saying, naughty by nature. Welcome. How you doing? There we go. Temperance Tarot, I got your question. You are in the queue. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, by the way, if you're starting a YouTube channel and you are going to do readings, you're going to do anything live, or if you have a YouTube channel, you're going to do live readings, you need to check out my app that I wrote that will help you do live readings. It's designed by me, written by me, and that's how I roll. By the way, if you want to check it out and take a look at it. So let's say right here, right? Here it is. So here it is. It's called the YouTube Super Chatter by me. You put your live stream there, and now it has all the donations that are up here, right? So if I see that Temperance Tarot has a question, I click Temperance Tarot, and it puts her question on the bottom of the screen. Now I want to know what Temperance Tarot's question is. So I just click right here, and I click her question, and it goes to the bottom of the screen. It's automatic. I don't got to scroll. I don't got to hunt. I don't got to do anything. When I get a new donation, naughty by nature, it pops up on the screen. Everything is handled for you. It logs everything. It tracks everything. It does everything for you, and it's free, open source, and it is out there. In the meantime, I'm clicking all around, and now I got to go back. Oh, there we go. Now, Linda, at work, does my small business have a chance against the big corporate businesses? Oh my. Let's see about that. Lovers, oh man, you're connected with this. Linda, you are connected with this small business. You really, really are. And Dee Dee, no, you're 2 away, Dee Dee. You're 2 away. I got you. If you look back at that screen, you're two away. All right. Small business does have a good chance. We got the Lovers, Knight of Wands, Moon, 3 of Swords. Now, there is some disappointment sort of laying out there for the small business, which is part of the 3 of Swords. Don't get married to everything in the business. Don't get married to your idea of what the business should be, how the business should go. Definitely let it be a dynamic, fun, intuitive thing that you go forth, right? Because a lot of times you'll have this great idea and you put it into the business realm and it just doesn't work, or it needs some tweaking, or it needs some things to be happening that just aren't happening. That's sort of way of the 3 of Swords in the Moon. Follow the business, follow your intuition, follow the customers. If the customers want some mods, if the customers have feedback, you want to take that and sort of incorporate it into what you're doing, and definitely be very, very customer service central as far as that goes. And thank you for your donation. The Moon with the 3 of Swords says your emotions, if they're tied up into one little particular thing or a little particular item, it's going to be a disappointment. You need to roll with it, be available, be acceptable to modifying things as they go, because the Knight of Wands says you'll have that initial surge of success and then it sort of slows down a little bit. Knight of Wands is the fire of fire. It is spectacular. It is dynamic. It knows what it wants. It knows how it's doing, especially with the Lovers, because you're really tied up with this. You're really excited about this. I think, Linda, this is something that you've been thinking about, you've been considering. You definitely want it to be just a money flow, definitely want it to compete with just about anybody. And I think it can, but you have to be willing to adjust and accommodate. Use your intuition to make it successful, to make it to the next level with that. But yes, it will, obviously not on day one, but it will. That Knight of Wands has that fiery aspect. It has that launching forward, moving forward, but use your intuition, use guidance from people, use the customer interaction feedback to make that 3 of Swords, to cut, adjust, modify what you need. And I think that you can have a very successful business. By the way, this costs $60, but there are Kickstarter decks that are cost $80 now. $80. I'm not buying a deck that costs $80. I'm not. I think 60, 65-ish is my cap. That's when I have to just draw the line. You know what I mean? I got to draw that line. All right, let's use my fancy app and go to Temperance Tales question and just click it. And it goes here. No scrolling, no trying to figure out what the question was. I click it and then boom, it's right there. All right. Let's go with the, let's go with a little artsy deck. A little bit of an artsy deck. The only tarot deck that is sold in an art gallery. The Slow Tarot. You know what I mean? There you go. There we go. All right. I mean, we just sort of need to find out what the outcome for these people are, because they could get back together. We do have maybe a 7 of Swords action, maybe a Lover's action, something good. Got the 3 of Wands. Oh, that separation was destined to be very quick too. Very quick too. That 2 of Coins. There's a lot of sort of decision making that does need to happen here. There's a lot of things that were said during this relationship that nobody knew about, And there is indeed a cue, and you are here. And right now, and we are here. So you got a little bit of a distance there, but we will get to you in just a second. There was a lot of things said that didn't need to be said. There was an over communication that happened within this particular relationship. I don't think that did everybody good. You know, ultimately, the 3 of Wands says that this was something where they were going to break up for a while. They had to sort of, try to make it work, try to sort of get it done, try to make things settled and fix it. It didn't work. It didn't do that. And I think both of them started looking at other people pretty early on during this process of sort of everything crumbling down, right? Have the King of Swords. Again, there's a lot of things that just did not work. It just did not work. Meaning there was a lot of things that were said that were not meant to be said. And you know, over communication is a thing. The King of Swords is like a power struggle. I have these things to communicate to you, and they're not good. So, you know, maybe holding back on that would have been a little bit better. Temperance says that P and G go together fairly well, not like a soulmate or anything like that. More of a good mixture between things, right? But you have these two people here, and you have somebody in between serving them. There was that thing to where it seemed that a lot of people came between P and G. It was a lot of social dynamic, a lot of issues. A lot of people came between them, and you had sort of intermediary, you know, for the relationship sometimes just to even keep it going. Two of Coins says ultimately they will decide what they want to do. But there's a lot of things that need to be addressed before you just throw them back into the ring. One thing, Cassie, thank you for your donation. One thing that needs to be addressed is, you know, you really sort of need to be more mature. Some people need to be more mature in the relationship and suck it up, suck their pride up, suck their ego up, and just go forth and make it work if it's important to them. Unless you do that, this is going to be a very difficult thing to get done. Everything is possible, but it's just going to be so difficult that at some point you're just like, why am I doing this? So yeah, definitely less ego would really help the situation overall. All right, Sanjay, thank you for your donation. Let's see what your question is by using my happy little tool here. Should I interview for the job this week? Let's see about that by using a, Anna K. What do you think? Sanjay, you like the Anna K? I mean, I know you do because everybody likes the Anna K tarot. I am just saying, everybody likes that Anna K tarot. This was one of my first tarots. I got it from her directly. She shipped it all the way to me over here. You know what I mean? Sarah, thank you for your donation as well. It is hopping on Monday. It is hopping tonight. All right, let's see with this Anna K action over there. I need a better graphic for the Anna K, but that's all I have. Should you interview for the job? King of Wands says, go for it. Do it. Now, let's see why we have a lot of these other things over here. One of the big sort of factors that's coming in is the Lovers reversed. The Lovers reversed. How important is this job to you, Sanjay? How important is it? Is this something that you really want? I don't think it's a good fit. It's not a good match. According to the tarot, entertainment purposes only. The 3 says that the personality's there, the type of job, it just doesn't fit you. It just doesn't fit you. This is not something that you can see yourself doing forever, is it? Oh, like literally, is it? That 3 is just something not where you're just not going to be just like, yes, this is the best thing ever. Yes, I'm flooded with money. I am making so much money now. I don't know what to do with it. It just doesn't feel like that. And then you have the 4 of Wands being the home card. How comforting, how much comfort are you going to have there? Are you going to be happy there? All of this is saying no. All of this is saying no. Should you apply for it? The King says, if you really want it, go ahead. This could be something temporary for you, Sanjay. It could be something temporary. Maybe you just want to work there a year. Pad the resume with some good looking experience. I don't know like what your situation is, but this is not your long-term job. This is not a good fit for you at all. But if you need the experience, you need the money, go for it, right? Basically, go for it. Anyway, that's just my reading. Entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Never get a job based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet. You know what I mean? By the way, I'm 179 pounds now, so I am less fat than I have been in a long time. I'm trying to get down to 150. Trying to get down to that 150. And I really think that once I get to 150, it's going to look pretty good. I'm going to be even healthier than before. Dee Dee, what's a deck that you like? Dee Dee, we need to get you a good deck over here. I think, Dee Dee, that you would enjoy the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I get the feeling. Dee Dee, I'm just going on intuition alone. We're going raw intuition tonight. I think that the Tarot of Mystical Moments is going to be a good fit for you, though. It's not going to be bad at all. Not going to be bad at all. All right, Rick. Rick, if you're watching, you better treat Dee Dee good. I'm just saying. Are you going to get married, though? Let's see. The Six of Cups. Oh, my. Oh, my. Judgment. The Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. It's sort of an interesting mix with these. Very interesting indeed. You don't have like the Lovers. We don't have the Four of Wands. We don't have any of the marriage cards that I'm kind of looking for. Maybe the Ten of Cups. Maybe the Ten of Pentacles. I just don't see any of that. Just don't see any of that. But I want to know, though. Five of Pentacles says that there's marriage needs some coordination as far as what you expect out of the marriage, first off. It seems to be a disconnect as far as Rick may want this, you may want that. I think that you've discussed it, obviously. It has come up, but it's just not something that is fully coordinated, fully fleshed out yet. Five of Pentacles says there are some speed bumps in these plans that you have. Ace of Wands says ultimately you will make further plans. You will make opportunities. You will have a serious discussion about it. And it will start to sort of develop over time. Is this something soon, though? I just don't see it. I don't see anything soon. Judgment says that you basically have a period where everything crumbles down. You're having all kinds of problems. Six of Cups, there's a lot of issues surrounding the relationship eventually, and you recover from that. And during that recovery, you realize that things are just going to be fantastic and going to be amazing. And that's when the plans begin. The real plans begin. Judgment is the rebirth. It's getting things and being called to the next big thing. And I think that moment comes after sort of an argument or some things where you just have issues and things aren't going the best that they could go. So basically we have a dip in the system, and then we have a rebirth, reincarnation, and things go well. We start making further plans. So I do think the plans are there. We have a big speed bump, a big pothole that we have to fall into before that happens. We have the recovery, the Five of Pentacles, and then we get to do that. But the coordination is going to be key here, because expecting the same things, wanting the same things is going to really sort of further it along. But I do see it, not immediately, but after falling into the pothole, I think things really sort of improve and things go into that direction long term. Cindy, thank you for your donation. Cindy wants to know something. What does Cindy want to know? Cindy wants to know, can you tell me about my love with C? About my love with C. That's one letter off from the D. I'm just saying that's one letter off from the D. C and D, very close indeed. For this one, let's see about this one. We are going to use the Witchling Academy Tarot. And that is going to be the ticket, because I think the Witchling Academy is fantastic. Nobody else seemed to like it, but I did. Anyway, what do you see about this relationship, about this love, about this passion going forward? How is it going to go? Let's get the Lovers. Let's get something fun. Let's get some amazing hearts up in here. Knight of Pentacles. Oh my, King of Pentacles. And we got the Ace of Pentacles. This is quite the combo right here. Quite the combo right here. Going forward, actually, I think that you basically get ready to just ditch C. I think that you ditch C. You get some... that's basically what I see. Cindy, I see some issues here. A few issues. I think you just get ready to ditch this person overall during a long a long path or a long period of time. You do have some problems sort of getting into that. Five of Wands talks about strife, talks about difficulties, talks about fight, things being difficult. The Ace of Pentacles says you need some stability within there. You're trying to drag out the stability from this particular thing. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. King and the Knight of Pentacles is a sort of a good combo. It's like things develop quickly. Things develop quickly. Pretty exciting, pretty generic though. It feels like it's just generic. It feels like it's just not exciting anymore. It just doesn't feel like what it did before. You sort of question if you're going to be with this person over a long period of time. I think short term, midterm, maybe. Short term, midterm, maybe. Five of Wands, we hit strife. We hit a little bit of a difficulty. Again, some of the speed bumps. I think one of the big things is you just get bored. That bottom line, City, you just get bored. Ace of Pentacles, you want something a little more steady, something that's going to have the dynamic process that you need, something that's going to have the beef that you need within there. And I think that is the next relationship more so than this one. Anyway, City, entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Maria, thank you for your donation. We're going to be here quite some time. Get comfortable. We're going to be here. We're going to be here a while. All right. Let's see what we got going on next. We got 23 donations. All right. Samantha, what would happen if I sent C a letter? You said, do people still do letters? Do people still do letters? I don't know. Samantha, you still do letters? Do you write them? By the way, I watch the pen community. These are ink pens. You know what I mean? Where you get a pen, you put ink in it. Anyway, there's a community around that. And they write letters to each other so they can use their fancy pens. Because some of these pens apparently are like $300-$400. So these people want to use their pens. So they have a community and they write letters and stuff. I thought that was kind of interesting. By the way, weird trivia stuff you never knew, you're going to learn on this channel. I'm just saying. All right, because I do one of everything. I do one of freaking everything. All right. Oh, look, Samantha appears to be right on the verge of being in that pen community. I'm just saying, Samantha, if you're not part of the pen community, the PEN community, you probably need to get in there. All right. What happened if you sent them a letter? They'd love to receive it. They'd love to receive it. Getting a letter, I'm going to have to say now, is a cool experience because you never get one. Only thing you get is spam, a bill, right? Nobody like checks letters. Like if I get like maybe a birthday card is the only letter that anybody ever writes. So getting a custom handwritten letter is kind of cool. The star says they're pretty impressed. Star says I'm pretty impressed indeed. Queen of Wands has that it sort of shows another aspect of you. It shows another aspect of you that's interesting. I think the more interesting you are, just the better off you are in life in general. It shows that aspect that you have the personality side. You got your business side. You got your school side with your knowledge and things. And then you have that wild, cool dynamic of, writing a letter. I know it sounds lame. Join the pen community and like read some of the stuff they write. I mean, they're like freaking excited. They like put it on, Facebook. Anyway. The Ten of Wands says, you want to sort of taper the letter off. You don't want to write, you don't want to be too much. You don't want to like get all of these wands and be carrying them with this letter. You want to write something, short and sweet, couple pages. You don't want to write like a 20-page memoir, right? And overall, you got the Three of Cups, a celebration. It's a lot of fun for you. It's a lot of fun for them. I think it's just good overall. I think it is good overall, and they sort of appreciate getting it, unless you just fill it with cuss words or something. Unless you just fill it with cuss words. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. That would be an interesting letter for sure. They probably would not be as excited to get that. Anyway, why are they ignoring the phone calls? Are they getting ghosted? They're getting ghosted because we're going to use the This Might Hurt tarot for this one. Because this might hurt indeed. You don't want to get ghosted. You want to get letters. You want to get ghosted. Oh. Anyway, yeah, there's YouTube channels dedicated to the pens too. If you ever wonder about pens, about pens that you put ink into, they'll review the ink. There's some cool looking inks too. They'll review the inks. They'll review the pen. They'll write like samples. There's like paper that's designed to be written on by these pens. Like it's a whole thing. Anyway. Yes, Boo Boo, you got to get into this. It's a whole thing. All right. And it's not that expensive. You can get a pen for like $20, $50, et cetera, et cetera. The Seven of Wands says that overall, they just don't want to be called by this person at all. They don't want to be called by them at all. They'd rather them just piss off at this point. Samantha, it seems that they'd rather them just piss off at this point. Seven of Wands, we have this defensive thing. We want to get this person out. We want to get this person away. We want to escape. We want to escape because it's too much, Samantha. It's too much. The calls went in a variety of directions they didn't want to be in. It just went awkward. It was just too much. There's this 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands. There's too much fire here, too much fire, too much energy. And a lot of times people don't want that much fire. They don't want that much energy. They want to relax. They don't want to deal with that. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like a fire hose trying to drink from the fire hose. It just doesn't work. Overall, you need to give them time. You need to give them time, get the fire hose out of their mouth, give the 6 of Pentacles, give them that time, give them that energy. There's too much, too soon, too quick. They need to relax. All that fiery energy needs to just chill out. Need to put some water on those, put some water on that and just ease it back a notch. If they ease it back a notch, give them space, give them some time. I think this is going to be a lot better at the end of the day. Vanessa, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see what we got going on next. We are going to be here a while. What does R want? Sunflower. Who's R? What do they want? I am going to use the tarot of the Divine Masculine for this. If you have not seen the 4K flip through, if you have not seen the 4K flip through for this, it features Christina and me in one video doing the flip through together. So if you want to see something cute and fun, weird, and awkward, go watch that video. I mean, I'm just saying, go watch it. What's going on with the spin? Seriously with this. Okay. Not sure what's going on with the spin. Anyway, let's see about the Strength. We got the Magician. We got the 8. We got a lot of stuff going on here. What do they want? Strength, 9 of Cups, the Magician, and the 8 of Wands. Well, they have something in mind for sure. They have sort of a personal thing that they need in mind. A little bit of a personal thing that they need in mind there. The 9 of Cups, they have a lot of things to say, a lot of things to communicate. Probably not in letter format either. A lot of things to say, a lot of things to communicate. They need to get it out. Strength says that this person feels that this needs to get done. Needs to get done pretty bad. Are they annoying sometimes, or is it a little bit too much? Magician says that overall, this person's going to be fairly acceptable to, what you have to say as well. They are not really in a mode where they're just going to overload you or just dump everything on you. They're pretty acceptable to negotiate things out. Samantha, thank you for your donation. 8 of Wands says overall, you should sort of engage this person if this is something you want to do. It may not be something you want to do. The Magician, they're bringing in that energy. 8 of Wands says, engage them or get away. You definitely don't want to be in the middle to where you're just sort of ignoring them or anything like that. Definitely engage them. Let them know what you need, what you want, or what they want is not acceptable. 8 of Wands says get action, get movement going, get that movement happening, because that is going to be important. If you don't just sit there and ghost them, don't just sit there and ignore them, engage them or run away, right? There you go. Definitely need to, and it sort of feels like that need to respond to a lot of that stuff as well. All right, naughty by nature. What is a dream trying to tell me about JR? About JR Ewing from Dallas? I don't know. Let's see how that is going to go by doing the Golden Art Nouveau. What was my dream trying to tell me? We got the 6. We got the 7. Sort of interesting there. There's a trip that you need to go on. There's a trip that you need to go on. You may not be aware of it quite yet, but there's a trip that you need to go on. It's almost like that JR needs you for something, needs you for a task, needs your help almost. They're definitely in the dream or communicating to you, reaching out to you. Now, the High Priestess says that what is happening is sort of obfuscated a little bit. It's not plain. It's not obvious. It's not something where you immediately know what it is just by looking at it. It needs to be more researched. It needs to be more, it needs to be less nuanced and get down to the nitty gritty details on this, because the 7 is the Lord of illusionary success. It's talking about that everything is not maybe as it seems. Not only that, but there's too many factors. There's too many things going on. There's too many things being juggled around in this situation. Overall, it's a trip. It's a plan, something that needs to get started, something that needs to get done. I think that they want you to do this with them, and they want you to be a participant in sort of this upcoming thing. Again, it needs to be less nuanced. It needs to be more straight. If you get it straight, if you get everything in details in a list, you can make a decision, but they're not doing that. They have more of an obfuscated approach to sort of what they need and what they want. And that overall is not going to work for either one of you in the long run. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Anne had a question. Anne wants to know, will I get accepted to the college that I worked hard for? I put in the energy. I put in the effort. I want to know if I'm going to get in. And to do that, we are going to check out the Tarot of the Divine, because it is divine indeed. We need to know how things are going to go. How things are going to go. Will you get accepted? I mean, you put in the work. You put in the hours. You put in the letter. You maybe hand wrote the letter with one of the fancy pens. We don't know. But I'm telling you now that you are going to get accepted. This looks really good. It looks really good. Are you confident about it? No. Are you confident about it? No. But I think the Lover says that you have that match. You have that match between two things, you and the school. It matches well. It blends well. Things go well together. So getting in there is not going to be that bad. Queen of Wands says your hard work, your diligence, you going forward, you're getting it done, paid off in the long run. Because the Queen of Wands is that work, that effort. She's the CEO. She's the CEO of the company, and that effort put forth by you will pay off. Knight of Swords says, though, that you do have some worry, some concern about it. You're concerned. You're like, I really don't know. This is up in the air. I don't know exactly how the hell this is going to turn out. The Nine of Swords says, relax. Don't worry. Don't be concerned. Everything will be okay. The Lovers is such a great match. It's such a fantastic match, especially with the CEO right next door. That effort that you put in, you did well. You did a good job. You will get accepted. The thumbs up has gone out, and we are going to say hooray.
Hooray!
Because it looks good. It looks good from here. All right, next donation. Cassie, should I go on a date with that Pisces man? Oh my. Hey, Cassie, aren't you the one that likes this one? Don't you like the Poe? Are you the one that likes the Poe? I'm not sure, but we're going to use the Poe anyway. Going to use a little bit of the Poe going on up in here and see if you should go out on a date. You got a new question. Let me know your new question. Let me know what your new question is, Cassie. Let me look at your chat. Oh, the Pisces man got canceled. Oh my, that was fast. You canceled him in like a 5-minute time frame. Cassie, you're brutal, Cassie. I'm just saying, you're brutal, girl. You only gave him 5 minutes. Oh no, he canceled on you. Oh man, he must be watching the stream. Cassie, is he watching the stream? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. All right. Pisces, man, if you're watching the stream, you need to treat Cassie better than that. I'm telling you now. You need to treat Cassie better than that because that's pretty weak sauce. That's weak sauce. All right. Don't cancel people on my stream.
Boo!
What is coming next in love? Hopefully somebody better. You do have the Eight of Cups. I think that you're going to have some people that you need to abandon. Maybe not like the Pisces man abandoned you, but you do have things that you need to sort of cut bait and abandon for that Eight of Cups. I think that you're on a journey. You know what I mean? You are on a journey with that Eight of Cups to sort of the next thing. You need something new. You need something adventurous. I think that you've been going out with just crap. I think that you've been repetitively doing stuff. You're trying to get things done. You're trying to get a man or the man. You're trying to get this next love. It's just not working too well. You got that Four of Pentacles where people are just holding on. People want to use, abuse. People want to do their own thing. You're running into just a lot of selfishness basically with this situation. I don't think selfishness is good for anybody, but that's what you're hitting. That Four of Pentacles, that holding on to my thing feel. I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to be, a little bit on the side to where I'm not going to give anything, but I'm going to want everything given to me. Six of Wands says ultimately stay in the fold, stay in there. And do that. And just keep working for that. Keep working for that. Six of Wands says you are due for some success. I think instead of a Pisces, you're looking at an air sign. An air sign is going to be great for you. Not necessarily a Gemini, maybe a Gemini. I mean, you do have that feel of you need an air sign next. That's going to be your best match at this point for sure. I think the watery signs, anything that's a bit on the emotional side, on a bit of the, doing things on the fly, I don't think works for you in the long run. I think you need somebody that's going to be stable, somebody that's going to be predictable, somebody that's going to know what they're doing, know how they're doing it, and they're going to be there for you rather than just be that selfish type. So next in love, I guess, again, I think that you have an air sign coming in. Air sign is going to be much better. You definitely are going to have to sort of get rid of the people that aren't working. Don't let them hang around, suck up all of your time, use you for your resources, your energy, and things like that. You don't want energy vampires. I think that's where you're going to be at in the next few months. Make sure that you ditch those. Go for the air sign. Air sign is going to be a good dynamic thing for you, and I think a fun outcome for you in the long run. All right. The next on the list is Sarah, who has a question below. Let's use my fancy program and find out what that question is. There we go. Will Libra initiate another talk? Are they coming back to talk? Do they want to chat? What do they want from me? What do they want from me? We'll use the Modern Love Tarot. This is such a great deck. I love me this deck. I think it's wonderful. It's fantastic. I mean, it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to use it. I love it when it's on the table. It looks good. It reads good. Everything is there just like I want it. Just like I want it. All right. What do we got going on here? Are they going to get another talk? No. Oh, no, wait a minute. I changed my mind. Look at this weird situation we have here. This is fun. This is fun. Two of Swords, such a good representation of the Two of Swords. Now, Sarah, the talk didn't work out too well, did it? It didn't work out too well. In the long run, you're kind of confused about what's happening next. What is happening next? I think there's a little bit of a break, Sarah, or a little bit of a hesitation, a little bit of a pause. And then things get rolling and rocking. You got two aces here, Sarah. This is fantastic. there is that break. There is that disconnect. It's almost like the talk didn't go as well as you thought. Maybe on the surface, you're pretty excited about it. You're like, yes, this went quite well. This went pretty good. Two of Swords says, I have a lot of good feelings about this. And then you're like later, they're like, maybe not. Maybe I'm changing my mind. Maybe there aren't things here that need to be here. But I think that they are going to do something. They are indeed. We have another talk, not unless another talk, but the Ace of Wands. They feel like that they want to get things started. They feel like they miss it. They feel like they want to get things moving. I think you're both mutually agreeable to sort of moving forward with that as well. So they do come back. They do get a part two because you have these two aces, very, very powerful. Wow. Very good cards for initiating, to get moving, to get started. Very, very powerful here. So I'm giving you a thumbs up. That's going excellent. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. What do we got going on next? We are going to put this back on the shelf and get the next big card, which is going to be, what am I doing that for? The next big card, which is going to be the Mons Tarot. The Mons Tarot is going to make somebody happy. It's going to be Sunflower. Sunflower never wants the Thoth again. Well, okay. Should I lease the place at the new location or should I buy? Actually, we're going to do a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Going to do a little bit of a throwdown. Leeson is going to get this slow tarot thing off. Leeson, I mean, you didn't want the Thoth, but that's the only throwdown cards that I use. It's the only throwdown cards that I use. YouTube user wants to know what the list looks like. YouTube user, you are here. We are here. It's not too bad. We got a couple of them. I mean, a couple of them. Okay, well, you don't want the Thoth today. I don't know what else to use. What else can fit on the table? On my little ass table, what else can fit? Do we have any mini decks? Do we got any mini decks that are going to be applicable to this? Yeah, we do. Hold on. We'll get one. We got to make Sunflower happy. Let's get a mini deck. Get a mini deck. Here we go. This is the latest gift from the beautiful, wonderful, effervescent, and awesome Christina. It's small enough to fit on the table. Just small enough to fit on the table. All right, let's do it. Lease or buy? Lease or buy? Lease is up here. And buy is down here. Lease has a lot of good options. Lease is looking pretty good. That 8 of Pentacles, it's affordable. It's predictable. You know what is going to be there next. You understand the responsibilities. You understand everybody. And it's so flexible. If I want to move, if I want to get something, if I want to get anything different, that is going to be how it goes. It looks great. Leasing looks great. It gives you that flexibility that you need. You need that flexibility. Buying, you end up wanting to leave almost immediately. You end up wanting to leave. There's something about the purchase. Triple Moon Goddess, welcome. There's something about this particular purchase or sort of where this is at that you're just not too happy with it. And you want to leave. No, I'm not saying like immediately. You know what I mean? Sunshine Today, thank you for your reply on YouTube. There you go. That Chariot, that movement, that doesn't work well with buying. When you say buying a place and then you think of the Chariot, that's bad. It's bad because you invested all of this stuff, and leasing works for you. Boo-boo, get the lease action. Get the lease action going. Think that is going to be key for you, boo-boo. Key for you. All right, what do we got? Maria. Will Alex and Andrea live together someday? Okay, we don't need this because we already got our tarot from over here. Ooh, look, my finger appears. Like, woo. Okay. Yeah, with Mons Tarot, it's going to let you know, Maria, if Alex and Andrea will live together. Will they be in the same household? Will they be here? Maria, I'm telling you now, if I see the 4 of Wands, if I see the 10 of Pentacles, if I see the 2 of Cups, the reading's over. The reading is over at that point because we got the Sun, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. That isn't interesting. It's like there's no clues here. We gotta figure it out on our own. There's no clues. The Sun shines a lot of light and a lot of good things on this. I think that they can live together, but there needs to be some adjustments before they do that, or they are going to strangle each other. Knight of Cups says that, I mean, these people have a lot of interests, a lot of things doing that need to be alone time. You need to have some separation, some alone time. You need to not be there 24/7. The Sun shines a light on this. It talks about the Hierophant. Things getting serious too quickly, things getting serious in this environment where it just doesn't work in the long run. If they do live together, if there is an opportunity for that, they're definitely going to have to make some adjustments and to make some sacrifices, because right now they just don't seem to be the type that would live together. I mean, we can force them to live together, but it just don't seem to be the type to do that. Knight of Cups is Mr. Romance. It is that effort that needs to be put there. It is that effort to sort of move that and all that stuff. But yeah, it just doesn't, it just doesn't do that too well. Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, the Sun, the Hierophant. There needs to be a lot of adjustment. I think these two people don't go in a live together situation too well. Of course, everybody, if you make some sacrifices, if you give each other some space, even though you live together, you can still give each other some space. I think that's going to be the best combination here. But just sort of moving in and hoping for the best, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good in the long run. Maria, it just doesn't look that good in the long run. All right. Let's see what we got going on next. Next, we got Vanessa. When will I meet the one? It's somebody that I already know. Let's go with it. Let's go with it with some cats. Do some cats with that Grimalkin feel. Love me some Grimalkin. By the way, we're ending soon. We got a couple more questions. Still got like 2-3 more questions, and then we are going to get out of here and take a shower and eat a banana. Take a shower and eat a banana. Not at the same time. Not at the same time. All right. Let's see. Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, and the Hierophant. The Hierophant's back. The Hierophant's back. I think that you meet the one at work. Bottom line. You meet the one at work. You meet somebody at work that could be the one, that has a lot of things going for them, that has a lot of attraction, that has that spark. It just feels like that is your best opportunity to meet someone. Hierophant is the formal building. It's the formal workplace, the formal sort of the boss and things like that. The Wheel of Fortune, we're in the formal building day after day, every day. And we see this person at work. That's where we sort of get to know them very well. Hanged Man said they do have a lot of different perspectives, a lot of different things, a lot of different views on things. They're going to be different from us, but don't just write them off immediately. If they're not the same religion, if they're not the same political affiliation, don't just write them off. Give them a chance. Talk with them. See their side of the view. That's going to be very important, because Temperance says blending with this person is the first step. Once you start blending with them and get to know them, it sort of grows from there. It sort of expands and it gets fun. Very, very, it's very fun, dynamic, and has a lot of good things going with it. But if you just write them off immediately because they don't blend perfectly well, that Hanged Man, a little bit of a different view, then I think you're really missing out on this. Temperance says it does grow from the start. It does grow from a small sort of, interest in this person into something bigger and better. So there you go. There you go. All right. Tudor says, well, it is at a workplace, or the work opportunities, or what you do on a day-to-day basis, basically. Basically, it's how you do that. So you end up meeting somebody in your profession. It may not be in a particular building or whatnot. All right. That's basically what the Hierophant is. It's sort of that profession feel, that formal feel, that formality that was within there. Okay, what is Chris and Eric? Do they go together like peanut butter and jelly? Do they go together like a shower and a banana? We will see by using the Gregory Scott Tarot and see how that goes. See how that goes indeed. All right. I mean, what are the feelings towards each other right now? Right at this very minute. Oh my, that 10 of Cups and that Death and that Ace of Swords. They have a bit of a roller coaster ride. I wouldn't say a roller coaster ride. It's more like a 10 of Cups. Everything goes well, and then we need a bit of a change. Everything goes well, and then it changes. Maggie, thank you for your donation. What does it mean when they change? That means a lot of things just don't work like they should, and they need to alter it to adjust to make it a little better. So do they have differences? Absolutely. Is there a change that needs to occur for this to get where it needs to be? Yes. The 10 of Cups, there's such an awesome opportunity. There's such a great feeling between these two personalities that they blend well together if they could just calm down. They could calm down. It'd be great. Ace of Swords, communication is key here. You need to communicate. You need to be on target. You need to be in that mode. And if you don't communicate, if you just assume crap, if you just go forth and just try to wing it, it doesn't work. Communicate. Work it out, right? Work it out. If they're two dudes, sometimes two dudes need to punch each other in the arm and just, go have a beer after. Sometimes that's just how you communicate sometimes. But yeah, occasionally that's just what happens. But yeah, Death, so there needs to be some changes. There is some changes in store that need to happen. Samantha, if you don't get those changes, you got a lot of dead ends. A lot of dead ends. Maggie, thank you again for your donation. You are next after YouTube user who wants to know Ian's current feelings towards me. Current feelings towards me. Let's do that with the action-packed, fantastic deck that literally everybody loves, with a terrible box, the Vox Arcana, the ugliest damn box in the tarot world. There is no uglier box than the Vox Arcana box, which is odd because Vox rhymes with box. So you'd think, look at that. Look at that. I've got my ring from shuffling cards. I got my ring closed on my Apple Watch. I mean, thumbs up for that by itself. Thank you, Apple. I appreciate your support. Apple, you know what I like. I like to close them rings. All right. What are their current feelings? Justice, King of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. You wait around for this person quite a bit. You do. You wait around for this person quite a bit. You expect them to do this. You expect them to do that. You're just sort of waiting around. You're trying to find out what they're going to do next. King of Cups. Your emotional attachment to this person is pretty key here. Justice says it's not really reciprocated a lot. You do have those disconnect. You do have the times where you just like, I just want this person to have the feelings. I just want the things to happen. And, but you're just sort of waiting. Maggie, yours is next. Just basically stop waiting. It feels like just stop waiting. This person, it could be a while. They are sort of interested. They are aware of you and whatnot. Seven of Pentacles. If you wait, if you be patient, that's going to be the big factor here. King of Cups does have that emotional component that is there. Emotional component that is there. And it is just going to be... It is just going to be one of those things. There you go. All right. Let's see what we got going on next. Last reading of the night. It's going to be Maggie, your favorite tarot reader. Maggie, I appreciate you. You're my favorite tarot questioner. What are his intentions towards me? Maggie, you got to be careful with this one. I'm telling you now, Maggie. Right now, we haven't even picked up the deck yet, Maggie. You need to be careful with this one. I'm going to lay it out on the line. We're laying it all out on the line tonight, Maggie. I think you need to be careful with this one. Let's see what is happening. This is a Thoth deck, a Thoth derivative. It's made by the person that made Tarot Deciphered book. So if you're looking to see what this person knows or how they sort of treat the Thoth and whatnot, here you go, Maggie. Here you go. There you go. All right. What are their intentions? You got to be careful. The Tower next to the Lovers. The Tower next to the Lovers. Maggie, my first question is, what just happened in their love life? What just happened? The Tower next to the Lovers? Really? What just happened over there? Something's up, Maggie. Something's going on. There are some patterns that this particular person has that you need to discover. You need to find out. You need to do a little bit of digging here. The Tower and that Lovers, that is just not just the best combination if we're looking for somebody like somebody new coming in or somebody, somebody happening with that. They just got divorced. Yeah, it crumbled. It crumbled down hard, Maggie. Hanged Man and disappointment. Again, I knew it before I drew it, Maggie. I knew it. You need to be careful. You need to be careful. Hanged Man isn't a bad card at all. Disappointment, that's a bad card. This combo is very interesting how it goes. The Hanged Man with disappointment says that basically different perspectives on things, different expectations. Maggie, I think this person is coming in with their own sort of agenda, their own ideas of what should be. And I think that it may not be obvious what they are, but their agenda is going to be very prevalent throughout sort of as things develop. It comes about, right? Again, I'd be very careful with this, especially with the disappointment in the last thing there. You're looking at intentions. Again, I'd be cautious. I'd be a little bit, if it's in the honeymoon phase still and everything's looking good, of course, everything looks good. You got rose-colored glasses and whatnot. But disappointment being the last card, Maggie, disappointment being right here, oh, yeah, especially next to the Hanged Man. It's like the differences cause the disappointment. The expectations this person has coming in with the Lovers and the Hanged Man. The Lovers next to the Hanged Man. Okay, this combo is bad enough, but now you move it over here, Maggie, to this one over here. You have a difference of love, a difference of expectations, a difference of things. They're coming in with their own type of agenda that leads to disappointment. So be careful. If it's a short-term relationship, who cares? If it's something fun, something entertaining, things like that, who cares? Ultimately, we just have this disappointment here. We just have this disappointment here. But yeah, there it is. I hate to give bad news, especially on the last reading, but basically, Maggie, it just says, just be careful, basically. Just be cautious, be careful, and a little bit of a difference is coming out in the long run. But yeah, anyway, obviously, Maggie, entertainment purposes only. It's just a tarot reading. I'm just a fat man on the internet reading cards. And with that, my friends, I am leaving and I will be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Another broken plate, another called off date. We never seem to get it right. Another heart attack, words that we can't take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the second floor, I regret it all. When I think it through, I can help the way I feel for you. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right. Even the worst can sting. I wanna change a thing, 'cause without you everything means nothing. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Sitting by the